Hello, this is Lou with Stealth Outdoors, and today we're going to go over putting stealth strips on a Summit Viper. We've been getting a lot of calls on climbing stands lately, but before we get into putting the stealth strips on the stand, I want to go over the sizes and camo pattern offerings. Okay, before we put the stealth strips on the Summit Viper, I want to quickly go over the different offerings we have on the website. We have a standard stealth strip, which is 3 3/4 inch by 24 inches. We have a standard climbing stick piece, which is 4 inches by 32 inches. We have them in the XD3 pattern, which is this pattern, and we have them in the conceal pattern. The conceal is more brown, as you can see. The XD3 is more open and gray. Okay, a tree stand kit is essentially 5 stealth strips. However, when you look at the tree stand kit online, it says 3 stealth strips and 4 pieces that are 1 7/8 inch. That's simply 2 of the 3 3/4 inch pieces are cut in half lengthwise. That's how we come up with that. So a tree stand kit is 5 stealth strips with 2 of them cut in half. We also have the Dan Infalt Signature Series cable silencers, and I've recently started to change, and I'm going to make it official soon. I'm going to put these in. These are 1 inch by 24, and I'm going to replace one of the 1 7/8 inch. So hope that wasn't confusing with the fractions. That's just how our tape comes. So again, we have a 3 3/4 inch wide, we have a 1 7/8 inch wide, we have a 1 inch wide, and we have a 4 inch wide. So now let's go to the Summit. Okay, this isn't my stand, so I'm not real familiar with it, but I took it apart over at my friend's house today, and I was just looking for metal-to-metal contact. Clearly in these cables, and you can do that quieter, where these cables go in and out, you can see he's already put tape on it, so we know that's a metal-to-metal contact point. We're going to address that. Where these pieces come together, we're hearing some metal-to-metal right here, and we're actually seeing paint wear from the metal-to-metal contact. This needs to be addressed on both sides. And then this piece that goes into the tree, if you can see that, that's hitting on here as well, and there's some paint. There's some padding on certain areas, and this definitely helps with eliminate metal to metal, but we're going to find the metal to metal contact points and we're going to address it. Okay, stealth strips are peel and stick. I cut pieces just a little over 2 inches on the 1 inch piece. We're putting them on here. Here being the little metal pieces in the clip. Okay, there's 8 of these little metal pieces, and the 1 inch cable silencers, kind of ironic, we use those on a hang-on stand. We use the cable silencers to go around these. They were just over 2 inches each. There's 8 on each piece, and I put another piece right in there. I always like to put metal to metal, get them on both pieces of metal. Much quieter already. Our purpose today is to address the metal to metal contact. Worn paint is a great indicator. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Again, I'm going to pull one of the pieces of paper. Again, I took 11.5 inches. A full stealth strip is 24 inches long by 3 3/4 inches. That's what I had cut off. I could have put it on there, but why waste it? And again, we're going to try and get it over where that metal paint was worn. Okay, these cross members here, or whatever you call these support posts, there's some worn paint here. Where these teeth are hitting it, we're going to put some right in here. We're going to quiet this down. On the other side of the platform, that's the bottom side of the footrest, that's the piece that was wearing on the piece where we did 11 inches. I cut this at 7, see if it would work into that contour a little better. I used about a 7-inch piece here, put that on. Then I want to follow that up. I saw some worn paint on the bottom there. And we're going to, that piece was about 11, maybe 10.5. Okay, I'm going to do totals, but so far in the back, to address these areas that we've done, we haven't quite used 2 full 3 3/4 inch by 24 inch pieces. I used, and I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to total it up at the end. I used some 1 inch and some 1 7/8 right here, but I just noticed something as I'm moving the stand around. We got a little squeak right here. There's washers in here. This needs to be taken apart and waxed to eliminate this noise. Okay, there's a little more paint scratched back here when that bottom platform stacks in here for travel. I see some hitting back here. I'm going to take a piece about 2 inch with the 3 3/4, and we're going to wrap here. Okay, I focused on the back of the stand. I did not use a lot of material. I have this metal to metal, which was a major, and this metal to metal, which was a major source of noise. I've got this quieted down in the back. I have not used a lot of material. I primarily focused on the back of the stand, and I eliminated a lot of metal to metal contacts where the platform was coming together and during carrying it that it may hit. I started with the hang-on tree stand kit, which is 3 3 3/4 by 24-inch pieces, and the way I'm modifying it now is 3 1 7/8 inch by 24-inch pieces, and a set of cable silencers, because I saw a lot of use for the 1-inch by 24-inch pieces on this project. I use that on the metal pieces that go in on the cable that go around the tree. I still have a piece and a half left of the 3 3/4 inch, and I have 2 1 7/8 inch pieces to address the front of this stand. There's multiple ways to do this project.